I'm here at my recent fix and flip. It's now pending on the market, hopefully closing when this video gets published. I'm here with my partner Eric, who we fix and flipped it together.
Love to take you inside, show you around, and what we've been up to on this one.
So the goal of this video is to show you guys the true cost of fix and flipping, because when I got started, I was always confused, like how much a kitchen costs, how much bathrooms cost, how much painting and furnishing costs, and I didn't really understand these numbers. People throw out broad numbers. I've thrown out broad numbers. So in this video, we're gonna show you the exact cost before and after, and we sold in, 1-2 weeks. We were pending. So, he did a good job really project managing. So we're gonna show you how he got it to sell so quickly, because now with the market shifting, average days on market's over 30.
Yeah.
So we got it sold in under 14. So how do we do that? So we're gonna go through all those things. So we're gonna go into the house and then show you everything that we did and show you the costs. So this is the kitchen. It looks a lot different than what it looked like before. We've changed everything from the counters to the faucets to the appliances.
We got all these appliances here for just under $6,000. In terms of the cabinets and the countertops, they were old brown color, so we decided to paint the cabinets, swapped out the hardware, and this is actually refinished countertops. Refinished countertops is usually some kind of spray epoxy mix, so it lasts a lot longer than just painting the countertops themselves. For this entire kitchen, we're probably all into it for about $12,500.
So we could have put granite countertops and done a lot, but then you would actually over rehab it. So you need to know where you're rehabbing, where you're flipping, what the market is, what the neighborhood is, because you don't want to overdo it, because if you overdo it, then you're just wasting money.
So to Alec's point, we decided to do the kitchen this way based off what the market here is calling for, what the neighborhood is calling for. We walked through a number of properties right on this street before doing this kitchen, and it gave us a good idea of what we could do to really maximize our ROI on this property.
Okay, so we're gonna go into the living rooms. There's 2 living rooms.
We just staged this room, more or less a living room. Essentially, we have a big picture here on the wall, but ideally the new owner wants to put a big flat screen TV here. So this will probably end up being more of the TV room, where they can essentially look out from the kitchen all the way to the backyard and to the pond. This room actually really didn't cost anything other than the paint that you see here on the walls, the ceiling fan that we put up top, and then just the staging of the furniture. This paint is called Worldly Gray. For all our flips, we like to use either agreeable gray or worldly gray, typically with a white accent, white trim.
Yeah, I love agreeable gray. That's what I use in my Airbnb, and worldly gray is pretty much the same. They look modern, look good. Okay, so we'll take a look outside real quick, show you guys what we did.
We did the floors here the same way I had the garage floors done. So just kind of epoxy with some flakes, gives it a really nice look. Obviously match the furniture to the floors. All in, probably looking at about $5,000.
Okay, and then you could see that one of the selling points of this house was this like beautiful pond right here. It's not a huge pond, it's just like a little circle, but it's still a body of water. So yeah, and then we're gonna go back in through here. So then in this area, we have the dining room, which was just a low-key dining room, but somebody could go all out. When we bought the house, there was a huge table here. And then over here, we have the formal living room or the second living room, whatever you want to call it. So this living room, probably the same cost, just furnishing, staging, and paint. One thing that we were looking at when deciding to open it up, you'll see that there's this wall right here that separates living room 1 and living room 2. So you could just open it and have one giant living room, but almost every single comp that we liked had this wall there. Why change it up? Might as well leave it.
Again, don't over rehab your property. See what's going on with the properties in the neighborhood and work backwards from there.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll check out the master. Now we are removing the furniture because we're pending. So that's why some of the furniture looks like it is, unfortunately, but we'll go through it. We once again did the same thing that we've been preaching. We left the carpets. These are original carpets, just steam cleaned them, then just staged it and painted it.
One of the things I like to do, particularly for presentation, you may have noticed in most of the rooms through the glass doors and the windows, I took out the screens and cleaned the windows really well. Just presents really, really nicely, and particularly if you have nice landscaping in the back, particularly ponds like you see here, It just makes it look that much better when buyers are walking through the property.
We'll walk to the master bathroom. So we have a walk-in closet, and this is once again the original closet. Nothing was done besides paint and cleaning. We didn't do anything to this closet. So we left everything really in as-is condition, but it's still sold for a premium price because we looked at the numbers.
So similar to the kitchen, what we did here is we resurfaced the bathroom countertops. We also did the floors, and you could see the tub. This used to be a gross yellow tub, now nice white, along with the interior of the shower. Other than that, we swapped out all the hardware on the cabinets. We painted a nice light blue and swapped out for flat LEDs on the ceiling.
Instead of a ceiling fan, there's a ceiling fan in the bathroom before.
Total bathroom price, probably about $6 grand.
Easily could have invested more, probably could have invested less, but hit a nice even ground. So the consensus and like the overlying message of this video is we did cleaning and we did small changes that look like they did more. So, you know, don't over rehab your projects. Like this is a perfect example of, you know, you can get by just painting, cleaning it up. So it's a 3-2. So this is the 1-1 master bathroom, master bedroom. We're gonna check out the other 2 bedrooms, bathroom, and then go through the total numbers of the deal. And that will be the video. Okay, so now this part of the house we're cleaning up right now, as you could tell, but we have 1 bedroom here, 1 bedroom here. We're just gonna look at this bedroom because they're pretty much the same. Carpets were cleaned and rooms were painted and they look pretty good.
Steam cleaning for the entire house, total of about $600. So it was definitely worth it as opposed to ripping out the carpets and replacing them. In regards to painting the whole interior of the house, and that's using 2 different colors, the worldly gray and the white accents, the total bill for that was $2,000.
A lot of the comps that we were looking at, you know, had carpets. You know, we were talking about this. We're like, look, this one that sold for this amount had carpets. This one had carpets. So why don't we just leave the carpets? They look solid, you know, like
yeah,
they look good. So yep. We'll check out the last bathroom and then we'll go over the numbers.
So this is the second bathroom. It's sandwiched between the 2 other bedrooms in this property. This bathroom didn't need much either. What we did is replicate exactly what we did in the other master bathroom as well as the kitchen. So we have resurfaced countertops here along with painted cabinets. We kept the old original countertops and cabinets. We painted the same blue and white on the ceilings that you saw in the previous bathroom. And then we swapped out for new updated Moen hardware throughout the tub. The tub also was an old yellow color. We decided to reglaze the tub. For this bathroom in its entirety, swapping out all the hardware, new toilets, countertops, etc. We're probably into this bathroom for $2,500.
Okay, so how we got this deal was it was actually a cold call lead. I had my team cold calling. We cold called a seller. His mom, God bless, lived in this house, passed away, not in the house, but passed away. She owned it and he wanted to sell it. He had no interest in holding this house, so it needed a lot of work. So once we cold called him, after about 4 or 5 months, got it under contract. Now the catch with that contract, it was in probate. So what probate means is it's the process of moving a deceased owner to a living relative or descendant, a kid. It's just moving the ownership to somebody else. Now with this house, it actually took 3 months to go through probate. Now what we did was I actually got it under contract before probate. So a lot of people don't know you can do this. I got the signatures of the sons, the 2 sons, and the mom. Obviously she was deceased, but the 2 sons signed. So I had a contract signed with them before the probate started. So I had a deposit down on the house with a closing date of after the probate is done. That's literally what the closing date was, after probate is done. And it sat for about 3 months before the probate actually finished. Once the probate finished, I'm like, all right, I need to figure out what I want to do. Originally I was gonna wholesale the deal and I started calling a few buyers. And then I actually called Eric as a buyer. I'm like, yo, Eric, you want this deal? Like, it's a good deal. Somehow we kind of just came to the consensus of partnering on the deal. You know, I brought the deal. He has a lot of experience that he'll talk about in project management, and we bought it together. We formed an LLC and we did the project together. The purchase price was $395,000. That's what was on the original contract. I was gonna sell it for like $415,000. but we purchased it for that amount. And then once I called you to partner on it, we closed on it, and then you took over.
I took over the contracting side. We spent $35,000 in total for rehab on this property, and then we spent an additional $6,000 for staging.
So $41,000 total to get it into this shape that you see in this video and in the pictures. So 395 plus 41, what is that? 395 plus 41. So our all in on this house before any cost was 436.
Yes.
Now, one thing to keep in mind when fix and flipping a house is you have to pay closing costs, and you don't just pay closing costs once, you pay closing costs twice. Closing costs to buy the house, and then now we're paying closing costs to sell the house. We paid about $5,000 in closing costs to buy the house. So now our all in is 441, and that's owning the house, closing costs, repairing, everything like that. Now we listed the house for 500. We listed a little bit low because we were expecting to get higher offers.
The goal here was to get as many eyes on this property as possible and hopefully bid it up, which is exactly what happened. So ultimately we got 530 for the property. And in terms of additional costs, of course, we listed it with the realtor. So you do have a realtor's commission. Typically you want to make sure that you're enticing the buyer side realtor as well. So, we're big on not skimping on commission. That's typically going to run you anywhere between 4 to 6%. And then in addition to that, there are always additional costs, right? Coming to and from the property every day, there's additional gas costs.
Travel costs, time, that's uncalculatable. Potential time away from making money, right? From cold calling, from following up with sellers. So that's an uncalculatable amount. So right now we're at 441. We've spent 25K in realtor commissions. We're gonna spend an additional 5K to sell the house. And then let's just say another 10 for random stuff.
Miscellaneous.
So now we're at a total of 481 that we spent to get the house into shape to sell it, with realtor commissions, closing costs on both sides, repairs, painting, staging, buying the house. That's a total profit estimated, because we didn't close yet. Cross your fingers. Maybe by the time this video is posted, it will be closed, to not jinx it. But that's a total profit of $48,000 estimated that we made on this deal.
And one more thing, guys, in that 10K that Alec had mentioned, that includes things like holding costs, we had HOA fees, we had utilities.
So that's things that people forget about, is you have to pay for power, you have to pay for water. Yep. Holding costs kind of add up, you're getting loans on the house to buy it. HOA fees, if your house is an HOA, we're spending $200 a month in HOA. Let's say we're making around $45,000 to $48,000 in this deal. It's a solid deal, it was a good experience, and as you can see, it came out good. So.
And one more thing I'd think about too when you're deciding if you're gonna do a flip or rehab project like this or not. For us, it made sense being in and out of this project from start to finish under 3 months for almost 50 grand profit. If this was going to take a 12-month or longer time frame to flip, we probably wouldn't have done the deal, right? So thinking about velocity of money and how quickly you can move that money to the next project is going to be really important.
Yeah. So that's the numbers. Hope this video provided some value. Let me know how you think the house came out, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe.